What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of my Pentagon slash Hexagon series. New season, hopefully, we bring a new, renewed vigor of victories, especially after how last episode ended. I really wanted to start the season off on a positive, getting off to a winning start. And I want to try and get this season done in 3 episodes at the most, just because there isn't really much to play for. Really isn't much to show you in the Champions League side since we have not made the Champions League. I don't really care about the FFA Cup. I just want to show you how the season will go down and how we will fare in the playoffs if we make top four position, which gets us into the Champions League next season, and if we win the season or if we win the playoffs. So I want to get the season done as fast as possible, like 3 episodes. That sounds reasonable. But before we do that, let's see how exactly everything is supposed to go down. The media predict us that we are going to finish in 7th with a 5-2 chance to win the season. To win the regular season. I don't think they count playoffs into this, but that's just who come in first at the end of the season. Central Coast Mariners and Wanderers sitting up top. Brisbane Roar, Newcastle United Jets, Melbourne Victory, Perth Glory, us, Adelaide United, Sydney FC, and Wellington Phoenix. Wellington Phoenix just get the short end of the stick, probably because they're a bunch of New Zealanders instead of actually Australians, and the game doesn't rate New Zealanders as great players outside of, the league. So, I don't know. I guess they try to underrate them as much as possible, and it shows here with the 50-1 odds of winning the league. Our competitions, it says we're supposed to qualify for the playoffs, so top 6 finish. That should be very easy. As far as the FFA Cup goes, we did play our first 2 rounds, won them both. However, we needed to go to extra time in both of them. In the very first round, we faced off against Brisbane Roar, defeated them 3-1 after extra time. Our youngster Paolo Caldarelli getting a goal off of a headed-in corner in the 62nd minute, and then in the 77th, Brisbane Roar coming back. However, it is interesting to note at this point, Brisbane Roar scored a goal while down at 10 men. I guess that shows that our defense is still a little on the lax side. We need to tighten it up. If we can't put forth the goals in front, we need to strengthen our defense in the back. Fortunately, once the match got into extra time, our men up front were able to come through for us. Salievsky and Duganjic picking up 2 goals in extra time to move us on to the second round. In that second round, we faced off against non-league side Adelaide City, and it was a very boring match all the way through. 0-0 after 120 minutes, had to go all the way to a penalty shootout, which we did advance from 5-3 on penalties. We do have a couple of people in there that I will address that are not very familiar names if you watch the last couple of seasons. But like I said, I'll get to the transfer market as soon as possible. A lot of friendlies, a lot of away friendlies to try and generate revenue, since for some reason Melbourne City are still having financial troubles. We're not getting as much funding from the parent club as I thought we would. But it's nice to see all these friendly wins, getting the morale up early to try and push that into the regular season. We did have a testimonial for Mate Duganjic, since he has played for 10 seasons at the club. We faced off against Melbourne Knights, which were his first ever club. I wanted to try against Dynamo Zagreb, but they declined, and we already faced Melbourne Victory earlier in the season, so the only other option was Melbourne Knights. And unfortunately, that match ended 0-0, but it was more, just of getting a run out for the players, since it was still early on in the season. But good run of friendlies. So we take like a 7-8 game winning streak, 10 matches without a loss, going into the regular season, which is always good, builds up the morale. And before we get into that regular season match, let's take a look at some of the transfers in and out. A lot of the outs were youth players that I just did not see fitting within the squad, so, and they were not going to develop. They were only projected to be half stars at best. So get rid of the dead weight, get rid of the dead contracts. Mitchell Duke is the only real big one that's headed out because he was still getting paid $50,000, and with who I was bringing in, he just wasn't going to fit in with the squad, so he was out. There was no need for a fourth striker. In my system, I really like to roll with 3 at the most strikers. A fourth striker only if he's going to be playing in a different role, kind of like how Nikita and Duganjic can play striker, but they can also play on the wings as well, so they can be very versatile. Mitchell Duke is not. He was just a striker only. But all these players coming in, a couple youths and a couple that are actually in my starting 11. We'll start from the top. Hrvoje Bozic, who is a Croatian, Australian-born Croatian, 17 years old, left back. He's coming in from Bentley Greens, which are a 3rd or 4th division side. And as a 17-year-old, I can see him developing really, really well into this side and become a starter. Just look at that. Great pace. 16 pace, 17 stamina, 15 acceleration, amazing speed. As far as the defensive attributes go, 11 in marking, 14 in tackling, decent mentals. And like I said, he's only 17 years old. He's going to be with my club for a long time, the way I see it. So I'm glad to have signed him on and develop him for the future. Our next up is Gabriel Fernando, who I signed him from Vila Nova from Brazil. And he's 24 years old, decent, actually a good striker. The only thing that is troubling for me is a little lack of pace. 11 in pace, 11 acceleration, good stamina, but I really looked forward to his attacking attributes. 15 in finishing, 14 first touch. He can head the ball really well. He's got good mentals. He's going to be my first choice striker now, along with Salievsky. Those two are going to be my new striker tandem up front. And hopefully, if the preseason has been any indication, he's going to be banging in goals. And I really hope that he can continue on. Brought him in for 45,000 pounds, which was a little more than I wanted to, but sometimes you got to pay to bring in some quality players. The only other player that I also bought during this offseason was another Brazilian by the name of Yuri. He came in from, Malucelli, Jay Malucelli, from the lower Brazilian leagues, and I had actually loaned him in at one point in time. Unfortunately, his loan offer was for a month, and I didn't really get to use him as much in the squad. This was back 2 seasons ago. But when I did loan him in, he did look really well, even for a 23-year-old. He's now 25, and I'm going to play him out on the right side, the right wing, mostly because Duganjic he's deteriorating at a faster rate. He was deteriorating extremely fast in the friendlies. All of his attributes had a down arrow, and I figured that, oh geez, if he's going to be fading fast, he's not going to last this entire season. So I brought Yuri in. 14 pace, 13 acceleration. He's good, fast guy. He can get up the wing. He can cross the ball in and pinpoint it exactly where he wants it with a 15 cross. And this fits perfectly with my system of playing the ball up the wings and tossing it into the box and seeing what happens. So I'm glad to have welcomed him to the club. He's going to be my starting right side mid, and nothing more than that. All right, let's see here. Next 4 are going to be developmental contracts. This is Austin Strain. I picked him up on a free. He's a mid-center, 21 years old. Going to be more used in a backup role, but I needed somebody to fill out my Australian player requirements, so that's pretty much why I signed him. Pretty decent speed, decent mentals. Like I said, more of a backup developmental player. Then we have Joel Carncross from Bonnie Riggs White Eagles. Yeah, that's quite the name for a lower league side. 17 years old, another left back who can also play on the right. great speed with a 15 pace and 14 acceleration. And yeah, like I said, more developing for the youth and developing for the future. And while I don't see him progressing as far as a couple of the other players, I think he'll still be a very useful player. Another one who I brought in from Sydney United, as you can tell, actually, if you notice, these last three will be if I was scouring the Australian under-21s national team just to pick up players, and I found these three players. Next one, Mate Musa from Sydney United. He's a 17-year-old goalkeeper, and quite honestly, if Andrew Redmayne decides to kick to end his contract, I was about to say kick the bucket. No, I'm not killing off players here. If Andrew Redmayne decides to retire anytime soon, Mate Musa could very well be the replacement that I was looking for instead of Luis Italiano. Look at this. Look at these stats for a 17-year-old. Pretty solid. Not going to lie. Great mentals, 15 command, 12 aerial, 12 handling, 12 reflexes. He's pretty athletic and pretty smart for a 17-year-old goalkeeper, and I was extremely surprised to see that he was available for a youth contract. So I snapped him up. He's with us for the next 4 seasons, and quite honestly, I expect him to develop into my starting goalkeeper in that amount of time. And then finally, from Melbourne Knights, we pick up Robbie Langarek, who is he's rather small right back, but once again, it's more development for the future. 17 years old. He's already training and doing well in training, so I hope that that all continues to improve over the next few seasons. Alright, so that's the overview. The squad has remained largely unchanged. Basically, still going to be using the 4-4-2 that I have been. I do also have a 4-4-1-1 that I could play around with, and I'm thinking of retiring the old pyramid, the 2-3-5, and I may switch that up into something a little different. I may, I don't know what I'm doing now. I may actually go back to the 4-2-3-1 that I use with Everton a lot. As you can tell by the name of the title, I have it. But it all comes down to how exactly I want this squad to play out. Do I want it to be more control-based? Do I want it to be more counter? Or do I just want to go all-out attack versus certain teams? And against Wellington Phoenix, I'm thinking that all-out attack could be the way to go. So now that I think about it, we'll go with this 4-2-3-1 against Wellington Phoenix in this very first match. It'll be playing a 4-4-2. And if we take a look at, just switch that up a bit, we'll throw in Somerville. I don't really have any defensive center backs that I can throw in for him, so yeah, we'll keep him on the bench. Our lineup will consist of Redmayne and net, Retry, Chapman, Harding, and Garuccio will be the flat back 4. Our midfield will consist of Bai and Stephen Mock. Our 3 AMCs will be, 3 attacking mids will be Yuri out on the right, Sporanovic up the middle, and Iba on the left. And sitting up front, the Brazilian striker, Gabriel Fernando. Just taking a look at who is on the bench. Yeah, we have a good mix of players. Still only have the one defensive center in Somerville, Strain, Nikita, and Pardalu, with Italiano the backup keeper. All right, let's kick off and see if we can't get a win and some 3 points to start off the season. All right, and we kick off the first match of this 2021-22 season as we'll be playing in our red and white candy striper kits. Wellington Phoenix in their white and black, and right away we get an attacking chance from that corner. The ball bounced around the goal net. I can't believe that didn't cross the line. But right away we come back with another attack. Sporanovic shooting it well wide. Like I said, the goals for this season definitely top 4, if not automatic group stage spots. So that'd be top 3. And with the squad I have, early on, it's looking like we're going to be one of the attacking forces here. But it doesn't help when you don't finish. and score goals. We can have all the attacking chances in the world, but if you can't put the ball in the net, that's going to be a problem. Because right now we've had 5 shots, only one of them on target, and that was that first one off the corner in the very first minute. Throws it in the middle, Yuri. It's another shot. We're just getting corners left and right, but can't seem to get a solid head on it. Oh, hey. Keeper save, keeper good save there, but unfortunately we couldn't follow up on it. And now Wellington Phoenix finally getting their first attacking chance of the day. They still have yet to have a shot on goal, but we pick that out. And now we try to counterattack up the left. Nope, can't figure anything out there. Come on, boys, play smarter. Pick out better passes. Out to Iba. Mock puts it forward to Garuccio. Center it. Iba to Garuccio. Center it already. Out to the right on Retri. Yuri. I don't know if that was a shot. Okay, it was a deflection. Garuccio at the corner to Harding. Fernando out to Garuccio. Trying to pass it all the way into the box. And barely taking any shots. And now here's Wellington Phoenix with their first attempt, first shot of the day, and it's way over the bar. Alright, I'm going to take this time to encourage the boys. Calm down, it's only the first game. But damn it, get some shots on net. Yuri to Gabriel Fernando, and that's his first goal at the club. Gets in, 1-0. Melbourne City after 33 minutes. Finally, there we go. Now here we come with another attack. Stephen Mock, Sporanovic. Was Fernando? Yeah, he was offside. He looked offside. Wasn't going to get excited. Too excited over that one. And here we come again. Sporanovic. Deflected. Goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in into the box. Nobody's there. Headed away. Mock gets it into the box. Still people trying to find space, and we cannot pick out a pass. Cannot pick out a solid pass. Oh, don't let it. Don't let him. Come on, defense. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. Oh, jeez. All that pressure, defense needs to pick it up. Defense is doing well. It's the offense that's not letting them take as many shots. The offensive pressure is forcing Wellington to stay on the defensive. That's why they're not getting many shots. But as you saw, with those 2 attacking chances that Wellington did have, they got deep into our area. So things are going well. You could do a lot better, though. Or bad, you could do a lot better. Your playmaking efforts is awesome, and I like what you're doing in the final third. So let's go back out and see if we can't extend this lead. I'm not, with the team that I have and with the teams that I have had, 1-0 is never a safe lead. Because more often than not, we concede, and that's just the simple nature of it. Deep cross into the box. Oh, keeper spilled it, and Sporanovic, how did you miss that? Fortunately, it was a deflection, gives us another chance, but, dude, you had a wide open net. You had a wide open net to take your chance at. We're still getting corners. How many corners have we had today? 14 corners, looking at the stats. Jeez. Trying to play through the middle. Alex Rufer gets a card. Ooh, in a dangerous spot. Paolo Retri, free kick into the wall. Not a good free kick, but Wellington Phoenix with a free kick of their own. And he kicks it well wide. Sporanovic goes down. Dude, come on, you got to stay up. Work for that. Harding to Mock. We keep it in their attacking half, but now we can't. We cannot hold on to the ball. Hold on. on a sec. Hold on to that. Work it into the box. Airball the flanks. Stay on feet. There. Alright, reset, regroup. Sporanovic to Iba. Pass it up the wing. Garuccio. Into Sporanovic. Take a shot. Where are you aiming, man? You have a whole goal mouth to go at. That's one of 16 shots that have not been on target. 21 shots taken, only 5 of them have been directed goalwards. And once again, this team is just... Oh, Iba! Whoa! Dude! The low-angle shot. And Iba makes it 2-0 in the 65th minute. Dude, you surprised me. Great goal. Jesus. Alright, 72 minutes gone. Let's make some subs. We're going to pay... Somerville's going to come on for Harding. Nikita. Do I want to bring on Nikita? Nikita is going to come on. Do I really want to do that? I'm debating. Stephen Mock's going to come up for Sporanovic, and then we're going to bring on Partaloo for Sporanovic. And we'll do that for now. Actually, I'm thinking about dropping the guys back. I'll do that in the 80th minute. Keep the pressure up, and then when we got 10 minutes left to go, then we'll just drop everyone back. Mock to Partaloo. On the left, Garuccio to Iba. Gets a cross in, and Mock. Mock sealing the victory. 3-0 after 75 minutes, and now it's time to bring everyone back. Drop everyone down. 13 minutes left to go. Melbourne City still on the attack. We just need to hold off Wellington just a little bit longer and get our first win of the season. But they're not going down. They're not going down without a fight. Wellington Phoenix getting into the box. Oh, and they get one back. They deny us the clean sheet. It is now 3-1 with 12 minutes to go. We're going to make one final sub, and that's going to be... So we're going to bring on Nikita for Stephen Mock just to have some... Just to get rid of tired legs. Yes, we only have 4 minutes left to go. But the win should be well in hand at this point. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes of stoppage time already gone past. And that should be the final whistle. There it is, full time. Melbourne City getting off to a great start against Wellington Phoenix, winning 3-1 and taking 3 points. Very good job, guys. So there's the standings. And like I said, I want to try and finish this season up in like 2-3 episodes, 4 at the very most. Like if it has to go 4, we'll do that. So I'm going to go all the way to Perth Glory, which is right in the middle of the transfer window. Actually, it's nearer to the end of the transfer window. So we'll go all the way up till Perth Glory. I'll show you exactly how we've done in the league, in the cup. Were there any transfers that we made in or out to help our side, hurt our side? Who knows? But we'll go Perth Glory. And then after that, the third episode will then be the playoff series. We'll show exactly how we ended the season and where we are in the playoffs. Did we make the Champions League? Did we not? So next time, we're going to come back on the 29th of January against Perth Glory. But until that time, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, go and hit yourself the like button. If you want to be notified of any new videos that will be coming out, please hit the subscribe button. Any comments, suggestions, banter, anything else in the comment box below. But until next video, this is Gendo saying so long, take care, and peace out.